He just took full responsibility for the pre-snap situation, and he shouldn't be taking full responsibility for the pre-snap situation. That just shows you what type of dude he is, what type of character he has, homie. You hear me? 22-year-old dude, baby face dude, taking responsibility, and it wasn't his fault. I don't care what nobody say. Even if the cadence may have been off, once again, that reverts back to KOC for the miscommunication, his team not being locked in, understanding what's going on. How the hell can a snap count, the O-line fucking up on a snap count while starting at home, be on your quarterback? You know, heavy, homie. Period. Sounds like lack of concentration to me. Sounds like lack of focus to me. Lack of preparation to me. You hear me, dog? And who does that start with? KOC, right? No cap, dog. Period. But the fact McCarthy stood up here and say, hey, I take blame, that's on me, that's a real motherfucker there, man. You know, your rookie quarterback, care what nobody say, he's still a rookie. He ain't have to say that. That ain't on him. That team, that overall team bad performance wasn't on him. You hear me? 8 false starts ain't on him. You hear me? But the fact he stood up there, stood a tall dog and took one for the team and said, hey, that's on me. Period, homie. You hear me? And motherfuckers want to focus on him being inaccurate at times. Huh? Stop that cap, dog. You hear me, bro? I be getting tired of shit like that, man. They want to come at McCarthy, disrespect McCarthy, man. But they don't really want to talk about the person who it starts and falls on. Heavy. But they don't talk about McCarthy playing hurt through a sprained ankle. They don't talk about McCarthy escaping the pocket, huh? They don't talk about McCarthy throwing 2 beautiful passes to Jalen Naylor, huh? 1 deep ball, boom, perfect throw. Then the one when they trying to come back in the red zone, perfect throw on 4th and 1. They don't talk about that though, dog. You hear me, huh? You know? Come on, bro. Stop the cap, man. This man's a rookie quarterback. Still getting used to the game, bro. For real. Coming off an injury, for real. Do he got shit to work on? Hell yeah. Do he got to get better? Hell yeah. But he didn't have no horrible performance. And like I said, I stand on it 10 toes down. I'm not putting those 2 interceptions on him. I'm blaming Jettas and KOC. Jettas for the lack of effort and KOC for the dumbass play calls. Period. Fuck going on around here? Some bullshit, man. For real. Hu Yang, wow, Hu Yang in the building. Shout out Hu Yang in the building. You hear me? They talking about O'Connell playbook works or no. Stop that cap, Hu Yang. You know the answer to that, Hu Yang. You hear me? Hu Yang talking about do it work or no. Stop that cap. You hear me? You know that shit been ass Trey, huh? Hu Yang in this bitch wilding. You hear me? Shout out McCarthy, man. For real, though. Respect to that dude, man. For real.
Don't set us up for success, when the clock hits 0. So we just got to go back to work, watch this film, and, really clean up all the little things because that's what hurt us today.
JJ, you said you take responsibility for pre-snap. It's like why or how what did you see that was leading to all of the pre-snap penalties?
As a quarterback, you're the orchestrator of the orchestra. I take full responsibility for anything that happens on that field, and at the end of the day, it's just the little things that we got to keep focusing on. The focus, the competitive stamina. It's all got to be there. But I take full responsibility every single time something goes wrong.
Did you feel like it was a cadence thing, or I guess was there a theme? Do you feel like?
To be honest with you, I have no idea, Alec. I just feel like, there's little things that show up that you don't prepare for, and we just got to do a better job responding when things go that way. So, yeah, but it's all on me.
JJ, just in terms of the connection with Jalen Naylor, why do you think that worked today?
I said it since week one. Speedy was going to show up one of these days, and showed up last week on the big play on 3rd and 5, and had a heck of a game today. But he's somebody that always just sticks to his process, does all the little things right, does the dirty work, and doesn't complain at all. And he's a tremendous football player. Absolutely love the human being that he is. And yeah, there's going to be a lot more games like that for Speedy Naylor.
Dude's a true leader, man. You hear me? Straight up, man. Dude is a true leader, bro. For real. True competitor, but a true leader, bro. You hear me? The energy he brings, the competitive spirit he brings. You hear me, dog? The fight he brings, the belief in his players. He believe in his teammates so much, he make players believe in themselves. You hear me, man? Talking about a 22-year-old baby face rookie quarterback, man. You hear me, dog? With the war paint and all that. And every week he go to war for his damn team, bro. You hear me? He fight through the bad plays, good plays, whatever. He's always in the game. He's always fighting, bro. And you telling me as a head coach, KOC, you don't want to put him in the best position to win? Huh? Come on, bro. Stop the cap, homie. You hear me?
Do you have any common threads for why you had that many balls tipped at the line of scrimmage or batted down?
I think they did a great job defensively. I feel like they used, the big guys up front to, give a little push and then just, get eyes up, ready to swat the ball down. And, I got to do a better job of making sure that I'm aware of that. And, when I step up in the pocket, don't get too close to those guys and, work on all the different arm angles. But at the end of the day, they just were a great defense. And, it was a great test for us as an offense to be able to see what it looks like against a great AFC team. And, we just got to, not allow those little things like that and pre-snap penalties to have an effect on our offense.
JJ, Kevin talked a little bit about you might have been using a little more hard count today. Obviously, you can do that at home. When you're having issues with false starts and that kind of thing, do you change how much you go to the hard count, knowing that that's been an issue for the offensive line during the game?
I feel like the defense thinks the same way when it comes to that. So it's just the level of focus. Like, it's as simple as remember the snap count and execute it when the ball is snapped. And, we pride ourselves as, a great offense, and those little things, those foundational things, we just got to always make sure we're consistent with those. So, regardless of what happens, we just got to, maintain that focus for 60 minutes.
JJ, is there anything you think you could do differently, going into the half? You guys had the ball, you could have scored, and then you could have scored coming out of the half. Went opposite for you guys.
For sure, yeah. I thought it was a beautiful example for me to learn from because, last week when Barnes sacked me in my red zone, that was a time to throw the ball away. And this was a time to take a sack, with 40 seconds left, keep that clock running, make them use a timeout or something like that. It's just all things about, growing in this.
And then you hear you pay attention to how we talking, bro. Like he never talks down or blames nobody, takes responsibility, talk about growing, like he's always willing to grow, always wanting to grow, etc. Bro, that's a good sign of a quarterback, of a leader, etc. Dog. Dude's a winner, man. Dude's a competitor, bro. All they got to do is put him in the right position and continue to build a right team around him. Period, man. Period, man. For real, bro. Dude's a fucking winner, dog. He ain't a crybaby. He ain't pouting. You don't see him getting down on no goofy diva type shit. Just a warrior on that field, man. A true motherfucking competitive warrior at all times. And right now, KOC is failing him, period. Heavy. It's a fucking warrior, man. A fucking fighter. He could have had his head down. He could be mad at his O-line. He could blame his coach. You hear me? He could not stay locked in. He could come up with a lot of shit. But what do he do, man? Talk about growth, continuing to get better, continuing to grow. That's what it's about, man. For real. I'm sure he's frustrated. I'm sure he wants the team to do better. I know he mad at the win. But he know deep down his heart, his talent, you know, and we got a talented team. That's why it sucks. They go back and forth, inconsistent, consistent. That's what it comes down to. They're probably the most inconsistent team in the NFL right now. You hear me? I repeat, right? They're probably the most inconsistent team in the NFL right now, dog. You hear me? With the most inconsistent play caller as a head coach who shouldn't be a play caller any longer. Oh, this motherfucker, Jalen Hurts fumble, dog. Are you kidding me, dog? Jalen Hurts, motherfucker. Are you kidding me, boy? Jalen Hurts fumbled the motherfucking ball. The Eagles was driving to score. And this punk chump, roll tide full of pride, but this punk chump gonna fumble the ball, dog. You hear me? Heavy, man. You hear me? Come on, Hurts, dog. You see, though, 8 times, man, 8 times. When the hell have we seen one drive where KOC has ran the ball 8 times, though? Let me know, man. Let me know, man. Somebody in the chat, let me know, bro. You hear me, though? I don't think KOC has ever, in his entirety of coaching, ran the ball 8 times in one drive. It's too much for him. His ego won't let him do it. He just won't accept it. For some reason, he has to throw. You know, kind of similar to Ryan Grubb from Bama, but Ryan Grubb from Bama is a much more better, efficient play caller than KOC, right? You know, us Bama fans, sometimes we want Ryan Grubb to just run the fucking ball. But when he's in his bag, he's in his bag. You hear me? And it's damn near unstoppable when he's really locked in and they clicking. KOC, he's never in his bag for real. Oh, we see him in his bag a few times, but he's never really deep in his bag for 4 quarters. You hear me? Motherfucking Ryan Grubb go in his bag for 4 straight quarters, homie. You hear me? Especially when it matters most. Huh? Yeah. You know, in Ryan Grubb's situation, his O-line is actually soft. Like Bama has part of the right side of the O-line is actually soft as hell. You hear me? Or they've been performing soft, period. So he would have kind of an excuse because they get no run game going. You know, if you watch the LSU game, they've had no run game, and Ryan Grubb still getting it done somehow, some way. You hear me? KOC actually has a run game, can lean on the damn run, you know, which should make him be a more versatile play caller. Yeah, he don't do it. Motherfucker get 5-6 yards a pop. Motherfucker start throwing that bitch. Like he just gotta be so antsy and anxious and just throw that bitch around yonder. Motherfucker, you getting 8, 6, 7 yards a pop, bitch. Run that motherfucker. You hear me? What we doing here? Delta Wild, Delta Wild. He say put 2 in. Delta Wild, my boy. You hear me? Delta Wild, you hear me? Delta on one tonight, man. You hear me? Letting Darnold walk was a major blunder for the franchise. Cam and KO need to go. Shout out Tony in the building. Shout out Tony in the building. Hey, Tony, I can't agree with you there, though, my boy. You know, I get where you're coming from. Darnold's balling right now, but really, we got to calm down with Darnold. As we know, you got to wait to judge Sam Darnold in the playoffs, right? You know, everybody was on the Sam Darnold bandwagon last year. You hear me? And what happened? Playoff malfunction. I understand it wasn't just him, but you got to wait because at the end of the day, now the Seahawks are performing well, but who have they really played as far as high competition? You know, the best team they played, I think they took L's too. Huh? You hear me? The Buccaneers, the Niners, they lost to both of them. The rest of their schedule been kind of light. Been kind of light. You hear me, dog? So we got to calm down and kind of wait on Sam Darnold. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and say they should have kept Sam Darnold, man. Them letting Sam Darnold go, letting him walk, allowed them to bring in the Hargraves, the Jonathan Allens. You hear me? Heavy. And even though he's been underperforming, the Isaiah Rodgers, et cetera, right? And JJ McCarthy, no, I'm not off him. I feel like JJ McCarthy can be that guy if he's developed correctly and if they build a right team around him. You hear me? The Vikings could be a playoff team this year with McCarthy heavy if KOC was a better coach and play caller. Let's not forget that fact, dog. You hear me? They've been in every game except one with bad play calling, right? With turnovers, with questionable offensive line play. So let's calm it down, Tony. You hear me, homie? Heavy, bro. See, people want to hop on a JJ McCarthy bandwagon. When he's doing good, they on his nuts. When he's doing bad, they want to jump off and talk about, oh, bring Darnold back. You should have kept Darnold. You should have kept Darnold. Kill that noise, man. You know, they did exactly what they should have done and let Darnold go. Huh? You drafted McCarthy for a reason. Now put him in the best position to win, period. Talk to him, Mike Rhyme. Talk to him, Mike Rhyme, dog. Let him know, dog. Let him know, dog. Get his mind right. Get his mind right. You hear me, Mike? Let him know. Hey, tell him put some respect on your name. Tell him put some respect on JJ McCarthy name, Mike Rhyme. You hear me, bro? Let him know how long you've been a fan. Let him know how long you've been watching the Vikings, Mike Rhyme. Hey, let him know, bro. You hear me? Hey, let that boy Tony know you've been watching the Vikings 69 in the sand lot, boy, when you was pissing your pants. You hear me, dog? Let that motherfucker know, Mike Rhyme. You hear me, homie? Heavy, man. Talk to him, bro. You hear me? That's what I be talking about, man. Everybody want to disrespect McCarthy, huh? Disrespect his name, but when they beat the Lions, everybody want to talk about hop on his nuts, you know? When they beat the Lions, everybody praising and lauding McCarthy. But oh man, they lose to the Ravens. Everybody want to blame McCarthy, and the 2 picks wasn't even his fault. Oh man, are you kidding me, baby? You see how it go though? That's how it is, you know? Shit. Not only in this situation, right? But the world in general. That's how it go for real, for the most part. Motherfuckers nut ride, then motherfuckers hop off. You hear me? Nut ride, then hop off, bro. Hands down, man down, bottom line. Yeah. Yeah, me too, dog. Me too, dog. Nobody finna pay Sam Darnold 30 million, 40 million, something. Period, dog. Now, Sam Darnold go ball out in the playoffs and win a game. You hear me? Then we can talk more. But at the end of the day, fuck all that, bro. I'm not about to shit on McCarthy, huh? And try to big up Sam Darnold when McCarthy has been put in bad situation after bad situation. We know what he needs to work on. We know the mistakes he has made. Everybody want to talk about the Atlanta game. How about he was sacked 6 times? How about the man was limping on and off the field for the whole game, damn near? You hear me? The O-line was incompetent, but nobody want to talk about that. You hear me, dog? Heavy. You know? But everybody want to talk about an interception or 2 interceptions, but don't want to talk about Justin Jefferson's lack of effort on those interceptions. You hear me? Heavy, bro. Don't want to talk about Justin Jefferson falling down on those interceptions, huh? Don't want to talk about McCarthy stepping up in the pocket, throwing a perfect ball, and Jefferson dropping that bitch on the goal line. You hear me? See, motherfuckers want to pick and choose because they can pick and choose around this bitch. You hear me, dog? But when you fucking with Big Skol gonna let you know, bro. I ain't got no picks, baby. You hear me, dog? And ain't no way somebody in their right mind watching the game, observing what's going on, can say, hey, we made a bad decision by going with McCarthy. Fuck out of here, man. So we're going to say that, okay, bet. Let's do this then. Let's do this here then, huh? Check me, homie. If that's the case, huh? You hear me? If the Vikings made a bad decision with going with McCarthy and letting Sam Darnold go right, all right, bet, boom. Then the Vikings made a bad decision with hiring KOC, period, huh? They should have hired Jim Harbaugh. Heavy. Let's go there. Yeah, let's start that in. You know? Now, who got something to say now? If they made a bad decision with McCarthy and not keeping Darnold, then boom, the Vikings made a horrible decision for not hiring Jim Harbaugh and going with motherfucking KOC ass. Now what's up? You hear me? Now what's up though, Tony? What's up? What's up? You hear me? Somebody say something in the chat. What's up though? Matter of fact, fuck that. Put them McCarthys in the chat. Put them McCarthys in the chat, man. Or put them nines in the chat. Put them nines in the chat, man. You hear me? This done turned into a real JJ McCarthy nut riding session, dog. And I ain't saying pause, bitch. You hear me, dog? Heavy, man. Cause I'm tired of the bullshit. When he do good, when he beat the Bears, everybody on his nuts. Oh, they lose to the Falcons, everybody blaming McCarthy. Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't like that shit, bro. Heavy, huh? You hear me? Heavy, man. Everybody forget what type of collapse Sam Darnold had in the playoffs last year. Motherfucker running 20 yards back, huh? You know? 20 yards back, taking 8-yard lost sacks and shit. But everybody want to talk about McCarthy this and McCarthy that. Put them nines in the chat, man. You talking about, man? They want to slap a motherfucker, man. Put them nines in the chat, man. You hear? Piss me off, man. You hear? Fuck, man. Stop disrespecting my dog, man. Stop disrespecting my brother, man. You hear? I'm on this good water, man. Stop disrespecting my brother Nine, man. You hear me, though? Fuck going on, man? You hear me, though? Gonna stop disrespecting my dude, man. For real, dog. You hear me? Hold on, Tony. Hold on, Tony. You said Hargrave and Allen weren't worth it. Didn't we just shut the Detroit Lions run game down? You hear me? Didn't we shut the Ravens down until the fourth quarter when the defense was tired and fucking tired and gassed out? And even then they bend, but they didn't break. Are you kidding me? You know, so let's not talk about the stretch they had after being overseas for 2 weeks, being tired, coming back off the bye, getting adjusted, playing the Eagles, a tough game, having a short week, playing the Chargers. You hear me? But when they got their rest and got back adapted to the time frame, the run defense has been pretty damn stout. Are you forgetting that, Tony? Did you watch the Ravens game the first 3 quarters? Did you watch the Detroit Lions game, homie? You hear me? I mean, come on. And the whole time the offense hasn't been helping them out. I mean, come on, dog. You hear me? You know. I'm not on or off McCarthy bandwagon, but he's an unknown. Darnold is good right now. I know he's an unknown. You know, KOC's an unknown. The whole team is an unknown, right? The only thing not an unknown with the Vikings is Brian Flores and this good-ass defense we have that's being wasted. Of course McCarthy's an unknown, bro. He's a fucking rookie. He's a 22-year-old baby face fucking rookie. And what's not unknown about him, he's a competitor. And that boy play hard and that boy fight. I'll take that anytime, anywhere. And he has talent and his arm power is crazy. And everything he needs to work on can be developed and worked on, period. You know, so I'll take McCarthy 10 times out of 10. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Darnold is good right now. He is good right now, but at the same time, pay attention to the Seahawks schedule. Pay attention to who they have played. I'm not taking nothing from him. Pay attention to the games they have lost. You hear me, dog? And let's wait and see. And all I'm saying is wait to judge Sam Darnold when the playoffs come. I'm not taking nothing away from Sam. You hear me, dog? We play the Seahawks this year. I don't know why the hell we got to go to Seattle again, 2 years in a damn row, but it is what it is. I'm not taking nothing from Sam Darnold or the Seahawks, right? Boom. I'm just saying, course than their schedule, course than the teams they're playing heavy. Not taking nothing away from them. They playing good football. You hear me? But let's calm it down. Calm it down. And take into consideration that the head coach, KOC, has not been helping out his young rookie quarterback, especially not last week. Heavy. You know? And McCarthy's a fucking winner. A winner, bruh. Even now, you can tell he's a winner. Even with this presser, right? You can tell he's a fucking winner. You hear me, dog? Heavy. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Can your head coach be consistent? Can your team be consistent? Overall play, be consistent. That's the biggest question, the biggest unknown for the Vikings right now. You hear me? You know, Del, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Now, shout out to Tony. Shout out to Tony for being in the chat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, big dog. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. You know, appreciate your opinion. But at the end of the day, you know, we got to be real round here. Got them nines in the chat, man. You know? The real Joe says performance reflects leadership. Performance reflects leadership. 9 for the one time. Let's go, man. My point exactly, my sentiments exactly, Mike Rhyme. He's a proven winner, baby. You hear me, though? You know, everywhere he's been, every level, high school, college, NFL. We'll see what goes on, but he's a winner, bro, for real. Can't take that from that man, you know. Come on, Eagles, fuck, bro, win the damn game, period. Motherfuckers. Shit, man. You hear me? Get back to this presser, dog. Let's finish this live up, bro. Questions, comments, opinions. Let me know, dog. We 2 hours in. Let's fucking get it. SKOL Vikes, win, lose, or draw. Big game, big division win, big division game. Hopefully it's a big division win. You hear me, dog? Period. Let's not forget, we are 2-0 in the division. 2-0 in the division. So let's calm it down. For real. You know, this team has talent. This team is a playoff team. They just got to show it and be consistent. And it starts with that boy, KOC. Who the fuck is he? You hear me, as a coach, as a play caller.
Great game of football, and all experiences that I take that data and collect it and then use it for the next time.
It's the second, you're talking about the 2nd and 5, or was it 3rd and 5?
I think it was 3rd down. Yeah,
down.
and I threw it away.
And you're just trying to get it back to the line of scrimmage, just take the sack there.
Yeah, just take the sack. Keep the clock running. Yeah.
How do you learn that? I mean, you probably know that, but whenever things are going so haywire, it's just instinct, I guess. At what point does the quarterback learn that that's what you should have done and do it?
I feel like the greatest learning tool for anybody, regardless of position, regardless of profession, is experience. And, you know, this is my 4th football game.
Man, that boy talking, man. You know? And that was kind of a dumb question. How the hell he supposed to learn, huh? Exactly, Del. You hear that, Del? Dumbass question. What type of question is that, bro? How do you learn from that? What can make you change that and help you make better decisions? You dumbass bitch. What do you mean, bro? Heavy. And I guarantee JJ McCarthy finna give a great answer. You know? Trying to press him. He's a fucking rookie. How else he gonna learn? From mistakes, you dumb boy. You hear me, though? Exactly. Exactly, though. You know what I mean? See how they pressing McCarthy and shit? Ask KOC some hard questions, man. Ask KOC this. Ask KOC that. You hear me, though? They want to come at McCarthy. How else he supposed to fucking learn? You dumbass. Oh, how do you learn from those mistakes? How do you learn not to do that in the other situation? Dumb bitch, by making a mistake and not doing it again, goofy ass boy. Then won't you go ask your head coach why he can't be a consistent play caller? Scary ass pick and choose Vikings media. I see why they ain't won no damn Super Bowl. It's a town of pick and choose motherfuckers. You hear me, dog? Heavy. Who cool with being average, cool with being mediocre. Heavy. Try and press my dog like that, man. Try and press my brother like that, man. You hear me? Back up off JJ, bro. Period, dog. Talking about how you gonna learn, man. What? Shout out Jared in the building. Shout out Jared Maria in the building. Morera. Shout out Jared Morera in the building, man. You hear me? You know what I mean, Jared? The fuck they on, man? They tweaking, man. They tweaking, man. You know, straight up. You know. That should be crazy, man. What you mean how you learn, man? What you mean, dog? Come on, man.
This is the first time I've been in a situation like that where, it was take a sack or throw it away. So I feel like, it's just the first opportunity where I could collect that data and then use it for the next time.
Crazy.
JJ, as you look back on that game right now, are there any throws or decisions that maybe stick out to you that you want back?
There's a lot of them. I just feel like, there's so much on the tape that it's going to reveal, but the amount of tip balls that happened today at the line of scrimmage, those are just absolutely killer, and it's a credit to them up front. They played it.
And then the way, then the way he handling the questions, right? Handling the shade, etc. type shit. But he just stand calm, cool, collected. You hear me? And he understands certain things he got to work on, technique, footwork, getting the ball a little higher on the line of scrimmage. But damn. You hear me? Can he get some help? Can the man learn? Can he? Oh, but they want to talk about Drake May. Do you forget Drake May struggled his first year as well? You hear me? I mean, damn. Can the man have some growing pains? The man can't make a fucking mistake. You hear me, dog? But you got a coach who been coaching for years, making the same fucking mistakes he been making for 4 years. And ain't nobody still asked him the $1 million question. Why ain't he coached a full 4 quarters yet around this bitch? Yeah. Ain't nobody asked KOC yet, why are you still yet to coach a full 4 quarters, Kevin O'Connell? Mr. Extension Man, Mr. Coach of the Year, but they got all these questions and this funk and this rhetoric bullshit for McCarthy, huh? You hear me, dog? Type shit I be talking about round yonder, man. Pussy shit, man. You hear me? Come on, dog. Come on, man. They capping, man. Swear, man. For real. That's crazy, dog. Why they try to press my brother like that, man? You hear me? That's crazy, homeboy. They try and press my brother, man. Oh, man, I swear, man. They lucky big SKOL up in that bitch, because I get them right. For real. I'll make a man want to fight me. And then I break them down quickly and swiftly. You hear me? First one jump up, first one getting one to the chin. Pluck out, bang, ba right in the chin. Easy work, you hear me? Heavy, dog. For real. I'll make them mad as hell at that podium, boy. For real, dog. You hear me? And they call security for me. And we got Big SKOL in here going a little crazy, stirring shit up. We got to get Big SKOL up out of here. He's tearing shit up around yonder. He's pissing people off. You're damn right. Fuck going on here. Shit. You hear me? Quickly and swiftly, man. Huh? Shit. The hell they talking about, man? Dumbass questions, bro. Huh? Go ask the O-line won't they pass protect better? Huh? Go ask the O-line how come they had 8 false starts and they playing at home. Come on, man. Come on, man. Big facts, Mike. Hey, great call out, Mike. Great call out, man. And I'm sure he'll watch the film and he'll learn from it. Because one thing about that boy, he can run. He can damn run. No cap. It was about 2-3 plays, 2-3 third downs where he could have took off. It was a 3rd and 6, right? Then it was like a 3rd and 4, second quarter, boom. Then I believe fourth quarter, they was in the red zone. He could have took off and ran. But he will learn, man. You know, he'll get it. He'll get there. I'm sure they're gonna watch the film and say, "Hey, bro, right here, boom, just take off. Just take the hell off. Period." Hey, just cool out, Mike. He'll get it, man. He'll get it. You hear? You know? He gonna be all right, man. You know? Heavy, bro. I believe in this dude for real, man. No cap. Let's get back to it, bro. You heard me.
A tremendous game. They had a tremendous game plan, threw the kitchen sink at us in terms of coverage, pressures, new looks. But yeah, it's just the little things like that. I think it's the worst play in football, tip ball at the line of scrimmage, but you know, that's what it is. And, you know, I definitely want those back.
JJ, the deep ball, 3rd and 1 to I think it was John.
You will get it back, my boy. Trust me, McCarthy. You will get it back, homeboy. Heavy. Keep that same attitude. Keep that same fire. You hear me? You're going to be straight, dog. You a winner, dog. Go win. Grow and get better, bro. Don't listen to the media. Don't listen to the nut riders. They going to love you, then hate you. Keep your frame, homie. Keep your demeanor, bro. Stay a winner, dog. Heavy. You hear me? Keep grinding. Keep working. You're going to be a fucking champion, bro. I stand on that 10 toes down. You hear me, dog? Straight up, no cap. For real.
Coming out of the half, what do you see in there?
Zero coverage, one-on-one, and I have the greatest receiver in the world, so I don't care who it is out there. I'm going to give him a chance, and, you know, I didn't see him fall. It's just one of those things where, you know, he catches it, and it's great. He doesn't, it's incomplete, or it's an interception, and it's a punt. You know, there's different things where, you know, that could lead to that outcome, but 10 times out of 10, I'm going to give him a shot.
JJ, what have you gotten from Aaron Jones, like just the spark that he seems to be giving you guys, and a luxury for you as a young quarterback to have a back making plays like that?
Tremendous leader, first off, before he even steps on the field making plays. You know, he's just got that exuberant energy, just so pure-hearted, and you know exactly what he's feeling. You know exactly what he's asking out of you, and you know just the spark he gives to our offense in the run game, as well as Jordan Mason. It's just tremendous, and you know the way he hits that hole straight downhill, you know, as fast as he can at 100 miles an hour. It's awesome to see, and you know in the pass game he's tremendous as well. But you know, just gotta keep rolling, and he'll be the first one to say, you know, we just got to keep rolling. So, you know, I appreciate you guys, but we can't have these anymore. We got to be better, and I promise we're going to work to do that.
JJ, Aaron Jones said that there were a couple times where he heard the Ravens trying to call snap. Did that have an effect on you guys at all, or is that anything you heard?
You know, that's something I don't really try to dip my toe into. You know, at the end of the day, it's moving when the ball snapped. And, you know, we just got to be more locked in, more focused on those little things, and, you know, not shoot ourselves in the foot, and we'll see where we get.
Lock in, man. Lock in, man. My brothers, dog. You hear me? I know they know what's up. I know they feel me, dog.